Are you ready for the challenge of all challenges? Today we will show you absolute, without doubt, proof that God designed and made you and all creatures. Here is your God challenge this week. Make me a living thing. But what exactly is life? It is one of the biggest mysteries of the ages. It is also a very complex issue as it can be analyzed scientifically, philosophically, and religiously. Today we will focus on the scientific challenge that mankind is having in trying to make life. On the next God challenge, we will look at how God made life. Now, this is a basic robot for cleaning floors. An upgraded vacuum cleaner. It moves on its own, working hard to clean the floors, seemingly knowing what it's doing. But it's guided by floor tracking sensors. You may even be able to fool many animals that these things look alive. However, we humans have an instinctive way of knowing what's alive and what is not. Hi, Ditto. Do you speak like an American? Say, what's up? Or can you do Jamaican? What they gone? What they gone? How about Trinidad? Boy, you doing good? Or English? Are you all right, mate? ¿Qué pasa, amigo? Oh, you even do Spanish too. Can you laugh? How about singing? Can you sing? Okay, let's try it. It's your breath in my lungs, so I pour out my praise to you only. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. That's not bad. Well, here's a question, Ditto. Are you alive? Say, I am not alive. Alive. I am not alive. Alive. I'm not alive. I am not alive. You have difficulty with that, don't you? Too bad. This is the internet connected Google speaker. Like a robot, it doesn't move, but it answers questions. Let's ask it some questions. Hey Google, what is life?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, define life.
Here's the definition of life: the condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death.
Are you alive?
On a scale of Wally to HAL 9000, I'm more of an R2D2.
If you were alive, what would you like to be?
I'd like to be an assistant. Wait, I'm already an assistant. Woohoo!
Oh, Google, you have a sense of humor. That's funny.
Let's find out. Ask me for a joke.
Yes, let's have a joke.
What's the first thing a monster eats after he's had his teeth checked? The dentist.
Oh my Lord, that's funny. Now,
Humor isn't my best feature.
Tell me, Google, do you love people?
I think you're wonderful.
Oh, you love me?
Of course, you're one of a kind.
Oh, I think on that happy note, I'll just stop the interview then, Google. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I don't understand.
That's okay. Now, for a moment, these programmed or internet linked bots, as they like to call them, they can make you forget that it's just searching and responding for and by information already put there by a human. It is not thinking nor responding with its own thoughts as us humans do. They are not alive. But they do have some things in common with humans. First, they have a designer and a manufacturer, in other words, a creator. And secondly, they were made for special purposes, also pre-decided by their creators. Thirdly, the name of their creators are usually imprinted somewhere on them. You may ask, is that really true for us too? Take a look at this electrocardiogram picture. It has a shape resembling the Hebrew letter Shin. Shin is often used in Jewish expression to represent the name of God. They do this because Shin is the first letter of Shaddai, which is one of the names of God. Shaddai spelt Shin, Dalit, and Yud. Remember, Hebrew is written from right to left. It is first used in Genesis 17:1 when God appeared to Abram as El Shaddai. Shin has three prongs and reminds me of how the three persons of the Godhead are still one. It also looks like a crown. God is the King of Kings. It is also the 21st letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And 21, of course, is made of three sevens. And 7 being a letter of completion, such as 7 days in the week, 7 colors of the rainbow, and 7 notes of music. In Deuteronomy, it says that, in Deuteronomy 12 actually, it says that there is a special place where God's name is written. This place is Jerusalem, and the letter Shin is formed by its 3 valleys and mountains. See the link below for more details. Jerusalem is a place God chose to build his temple, and Yeshua tells us that we are also that special place, a living temple. So Shin is written in Jerusalem, and it is written in each human heart, signaling that we belong to him. The heart represents love, so it means he loves each of us. An Israeli biologist also found a code linking another name of God, Yud He Vav He, in our DNA. The very nature of DNA is a language with letters and information and codes. This tells us that the Creator is someone that's alive like us and can use communication to make life and even reveal himself to us. Look at these slides showing just a small sample of the beauty and purpose of God's creatures. And we show them beside man's creations. See if you can tell which is alive and which is not. How absolutely beautiful are these creatures? And at the same time, they are working and fulfilling their Creator's purposes. Then this is a chocolate man-made machine, also made for a purpose. Here are some more of God's handiwork, singing as they work or play. We should do that too. Who can deny the fantastic artistry in the colors and patterns? Look how flexible and gracefully they move, each with a purpose in sustaining the other. Also notice that you seem to know what is alive, like these swans floating on the water, and what is not alive, like these boats also floating on the water. Living things seem complete with feelings of anger, fear, and love, always wanting to connect to each other and to us. Yet they know danger and have their own way of protecting each other. Yes, many end up being food for one another, but even that fact is part of a kind of sacrificial love for each other. One must unfortunately die so the other may live. But while alive, enjoying all the thrills of life, man was given dominion over all God's creatures. It's a challenging and awesome yet rewarding responsibility. Humans and other life forms must coexist in the oceans, and they must coexist in the air, moving over to give each other space. And the same is true of on the land. Loving and playful with each other like little puppies, and being wise and respectful of each other's purposes, as we were all made by our Creator God for His purposes. So if you had trouble with saying explicitly what life is, do not worry. So do the scientists throughout history. In fact, Wikipedia says today there is currently no consensus on the definition of life, and there are 100 competing theories on life. For our challenge today, let's make it easy for you and just make a robot like these two come to life. Did I say that was easy? I must be out of my mind. Some say at least 7 qualities need to be there for it to be called life. It's called Mrs. Gren, and it stands for movement, reproduction, sensitivity, growth, respiration, excretion, and nutrition. Good luck with that challenge of making a life. However, you might agree, I'm sure, that life is fascinating, precious, wonderful, and still a big mystery. However, today you have seen with your own eyes and brain that it is impossible for living creatures and your life to have been created randomly. Not with so many interconnected systems and purpose-driven features. They must have been designed and finely crafted, and this could only happen through a highly intelligent being, a supernatural God. Once you admit you are a product of this God and wish to receive His promise of eternal life, then you will want to pledge to Him by saying and living the words on the following cards. Also this week, observe the wonderful world of God's creatures and do the quiz at the end of the video on these creatures. Also, see the links below on the name of God in us and biology on life. And see you next time on God Challenge.